Radio The African Voice. It's all about you. The time right now is 8 minutes past 9. It is a Friday here in Tswane, and you are still tuned in on Unfiltered Minds, conversations that matter. Here on the show, we keep it real, even when social media doesn't. Today, we're asking a question that might hit a little close to home. Are we all faking it online? From perfectly curated Instagram feeds to soft live posts and highlight reels, are we showing our real lives or just the best angles? To unpack this for us, we have Tshegofatso Morena, who is a public speaker, and he will engage us on the topic. Tshegofatso is in studio this evening. Tshegofatso, thank you so much for coming through all the way here to chat to us here on Unfiltered Minds, conversations that matter. Welcome.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
It's an absolute pleasure. Going straight into it, Tshegofatso, do you think most people present their real selves online?
Well, I don't think so. A lot of people tend to curate their life based on what is it that they see on social media. So they could collect attachments from each and every single social media platform that can suit whatever aesthetic that they want to appear in. You know, they're sort of building this false image of themselves by using other images, videos, and any other attachment that they find on the internet. And now with the emergence of artificial intelligence, it's even much more easier for people to create these fake versions of themselves online, because with back then there was Photoshop. You had to do a lot of work. You had to edit. With now, you can, with a single prompt, you can just easily be in Ibiza while you're in Pretoria, or you can be at a beach while you're in Limpopo, or wear expensive clothes while you're living in a shack or a village.
And the point being, what if you are not true to yourself? What is the expectation from your followers perhaps? And you know that also with social media there will likely be people that know your real self. So yes, you can fake it online, but what happens to the people that know that such a person, I saw him just now going to the shops, and online he says he's in Ibiza?
Well, it's all about convincing people nowadays. A lot of people nowadays, they trust easily. For example, if I just come to a person and I say, yo, this and that happened to me, well, they're gonna want me to present evidence. And then when I present that fake version of myself that I did or that I used to create it online, it's much more easier for people to believe what I'm saying, because what I presented to them, they see it as evidence of what I am or what I'm doing. So in that way, when I tell someone with words, I make them anticipate for evidence, so that when I present what they think is evidence, they can actually believe it.
It's such a sad state of affairs. Where do we draw the line between privacy and pretending?
Well, in social media, privacy and pretense are two distinct things that should not interject with each other. And so with privacy, I think we should draw the line where now you know that whatever it is that you're posting, for example, let's say you're doing family content, your cousin is not comfortable with that, your mother is not comfortable with that, your father is not comfortable with that, but because you think, just because they're born in the olden times where there was no social media, they know nothing, so you think that you enforcing into your content is going to make you have more followers. You know, we have people posting newborns as young as 1 month or as 3 months old. So I really think that that's where privacy should really begin. Okay, privacy begins with consent. That whatever it is that which you post, does the next person who appears in that agree with it? Now, when it comes to pretense is where now, as you may have seen with this past story of this other guy who pretended to have qualifications that he really didn't have, I think that's where now we should also draw the line for pretense, because if you're going to jeopardize people's lives and lying to them and saying that you are this qualified practitioner or you are this person who can fix things, but you really have no expertise in that, what's really going to happen when you actually try to attempt to do something that you don't have expertise in? It's going to endanger people's lives. You're going to become a danger to society now. So privacy should be limited to consent, okay? And then pretense should be limited to your expertise, whatever it is that you know you can't do, but you know you shouldn't do as well.
So is faking it till you make it harmless or misleading?
Well, faking it till you make it goes both ways, okay? We have on one hand, we have people who believe with all their hearts that if I pretend to be, then it will manifest somehow. The universe will somehow make it a reality over time, right? And we often see that in motivational talks. People always tell you, switch your mindset, make yourself believe that you're this billionaire who goes in yachts, who do this and that. So with that question, I would say that faking it till you make it should only be limited to your mindset, right? Faking it till you make it physically, now you are trying to afford things you know that you can't afford just so you can sell an image and you thinking so that your people can think that you've made it. That's not really practical. And it's also going to lead you into states of things like depression, because you're selling an image. Everybody out there thinks that you are this big guy, but deep down, you know yourself that you are not where you want to be. So faking it till you make it is only good, but with the mindset, okay? It's not wrong to make yourself believe that you are confident, only if it helps you whenever you enter a room where you feel anxiety. So faking it till you make it should only be limited to your mindset, okay? Because your mindset is actually the biggest tool you can use to actually make it, just if you can calibrate it correctly.
So we find that people on social media, perhaps with the kind of narrative that you put out there, you possibly attract sponsors or collaborators. Now, how do you anticipate if you are approached by a brand and you have put yourself as this person? How do you think one handles that? Because there's contracts involved. You need to be true to yourself. You need to be ethical. So would you say a person that has been faking it and because of the content was appealing to possibly a brand and they approach them, how would you anticipate that person handles that matter?
First things first, I would always preach transparency, okay? Because that brand might potentially not be the only brand that you will work with if the collaboration is successful. So I'd say that rather be safe than to be sorry or to be embarrassed, because when you keep advancing and you advance and you use the same image, fake image that you created, you with a brand right now, and then the next brand comes and approaches you, and then the next comes and approaches you. Obviously, you're building this portfolio that you're this person who works with these certain brands. One day you will be approached by a brand that is probably from a big corporations, whereby everything that they do, they follow certain principles, because not every company is trying to look for a quick check. Some companies actually have principles that they embody before they can even embark on choosing any influencer or any creator that is suitable for their brand. So you're going to get to a point whereby you're big, but then eventually once you reach that point, but you're not transparent or you're not honest with the brands that you work with, one big corporation is all that it's going to take to make you fall off from the top of the mountain that you're at. So transparency is always the first thing that I would approach, because I personally believe in authenticity more than anything.
But then it contradicts the whole narrative. I mean, if you're starting to fake it, hopefully wanting to make it, and then you are approached and you have to now be transparent, it's chalk and cheese.
Like I said, mentally, that one is only restricted to mentally. Faking it till you make it is only restricted to your mental well-being. But the moment you start to fake it till you make it physically, and you start to wear things, or you buy fake brands just so that you can look like you have swag, yeah, that's where I don't really believe that such things should happen. Because with your mental mind, you can actually make it or mold it in or shape it into anything that you want it to be. So it's much more easier if you are trying to fake it, but you're not necessarily faking it, because usually when you are doing it mentally, you are sort of giving yourself affirmations that, yeah, you know what, today I'm confident, I'm this, I'm that. Well, you tell yourself these words, you affirm yourself these words, so that over time your subconscious could believe them. Well, so doing it mentally is much more safer than doing it physically.
And why do we feel pressure to post only the good parts of our lives?
You know, it's simply because a lot of human beings are only wired, they wire themselves to only appreciate the end, not the during, right? With the during, it's a place whereby it's a little bit lonely, you know, like most successful people say, this road was really lonely for me, you know. When you get those sleepless nights trying to work up to what you really want, and you're posting it, and you're being transparent, and you're being out there, people are there's chances of people laughing at you, there's chances of people going to demotivate you and make you think that whatever it is that you're doing is not really worth it. And so people would rather post the end than to post the during, because number one, it'll give them the validation that they need. And number two, it is because they don't really have much mental endurance to actually endure the hate or endure the demotivation that they're going to experience if they decide to post the bad parts or the during parts.
And can being too real online also backfire?
It depends on how real you are. It depends on how you put it. It depends on how you deliver it. Because honestly speaking, at the current moment, with everything that's happening in society, we really need to be real about every single thing that's going on. I mean, because if we are not, then we're also just going to be like these AI softwares that keep preaching these fake things to us. So it really depends on how you deliver it. You can't just wake up and deliver something in the most harshest way possible, because the human mind is wired to investigate for what is called as negativity bias, meaning that you can have a mountain of positive things, but if the moment there's a negative activity happening, the mind will completely ignore all of that big mountain of positive things and focus on the negative. You see, so that's why you find sometimes when people are too real, but maybe they put it in an insulting way or in a condescending way, the people will attack how the person is approaching it rather than the truth itself. So being too real is not a problem. The problem is how you deliver it to the people, because remember, not everybody understands things the same way. You need to remember that when you are speaking to people, a crowd, you need to say things in a way that can accommodate everybody's style of thinking. Not everybody's a fast learner. Not everybody's a slow learner. So you actually really need to be in the midpoint of it.
And when people start appearing online with whether it's fake or not, what are they seeking? Are they seeking to be known, validation, entertaining, educating, boredom? What is it that prompts people to go onto the socials and put themselves out there firstly? And if they even put themselves out there by faking who they really are, what is actually the driving force behind that?
Okay. Number one, what I've noticed with most people when they put themselves out there, number one, some of them it's validation seeking. based. All right. Maybe that person never got really validated growing up. They never really feel good about themselves. And so now they discover this giant, huge thing called social media. And oh, apparently you can post on it. And if you post on it, you will get what the algorithm is known as reactions or comments. And so really, some people do it because they are seeking that validation that they never got in their childhood or in their teenagehood. They believe that strangers on the internet who don't even know them can fill up the gap that maybe their parents or whoever they were living with in their childhood left. And some people just do it purely for the money. Some people just want the check. That's it. They use the economy as an excuse, and then sometimes they even end up doing the most unethical things that morally they are unacceptable. So they just do it based on the check. They believe that for as long as they get the check, nothing else matters, even if principles, values are on the line. They would even end up saying things like, yo, Mina, I'm not responsible for you watching my content or your child watching my content. Mina, I'm just doing what I'm doing. It's your responsibility. But in actual reality, they are the ones who are supposed to clarify, this is not for these people, this is for these people, really. So some people, it's like that. They just want a quick check. And for those who are trying to fake it, those ones as well, I really think that their driving force is to they just want to be seen. There's a huge difference between being validated and being seen. Some people, they just want eyes to be on them, and then they're satisfied. Some people want those comments, those, you're beautiful, you're this, you're intelligent, you're that, you're right. So some people, they are just like, okay, as long as this is getting a lot of visibility, that's it. I'm good. I'm satisfied.
Okay. So if people want to get in touch with your content or what you do, where do they get hold of Tshegofatso Morena as we wrap up our conversation?
All right. So first things first, I have a YouTube channel where I created my own podcast. I already have 2 episodes up. The name of the channel is my name and surname, Chiro Morena. That's it. Basically, that's also my name across all of these entire social media platforms, from Instagram to Facebook to TikTok as well. And that's how people can get a hold of me.
And are you on X as well?
Yes, I am on X as well.
Okay, and everything is Chiro Morena.
Chiro Morena.
Okay, so Chiro, thank you so much for coming through to chat to us this evening. We wish you well on your venture of your YouTube channel, and I'm sure our listeners have taken note of your handle. It's quite straightforward, Chiro Morena, and he is available on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and X, and do make sure that you tune into his YouTube channel, subscribe and comment so that if he needs to improve he can, and just engage with him so that he is able to make sure that his channel is successful. Tshego, do you have any parting words that you want to share with our listeners before we let you go?
Yes. Okay, this is the last one. I'm also available for booking for if people want me to speak at their events as well. I'm available on that. You can just hit me up, DM me on any of those social media platforms. I speak to schools, higher institutions, promoting education and really just the well-being of the youth of South Africa, because I believe that we are indeed the future of this generation, and if we are the future, then we deserve to be prepared for it. So with my parting words, all I'd like to say is that grace is the food of life. We go through a lot out here, and I believe that sometimes you need to go easy on yourself. Okay, give yourself that grace. Whatever little achievement that you have, listen, appreciate it, because it goes a long way. You may think it may not have an effect right now, but it's actually helping in the long run. Because when you begin to appreciate the little things, you will realize that you are far ahead than a lot of people, and therefore you will stop comparing yourself to people that are on a chapter 10 while you're still on a chapter 1.
That was Chiho Morena. That is also his handles. He is available for bookings as well. He speaks to all and sundry, whether it's a school, it's academic institutions, or any other gathering that might need his services. He is available, and he has joined us this evening. We wish him well on his journey, and we will be certainly tuning into his channel to find out how he is doing and what his content is telling us. Chiho, thank you so much, and we wish you well on your journey into this content life.
All right, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
All right, thank you so much.
It's a pity I don't have time. Is this your first radio interview?
It's my first. It's my first.
Okay. And how long have you been engaging with, like, you already want to be booked and stuff? Have you been doing that quite a lot?
Yes, I've been doing it for 13 years, since I was 8 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have quite a big following? And
yeah, on TikTok, I have about 6,400 followers. I think that's where my biggest, following is. And then on LinkedIn, followed by LinkedIn, which is 1,000. And then followed by Instagram, which is the one that is still growing. It's just below 200.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
But otherwise, I do have high expertise in this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I unfortunately cannot engage any further because can I interview now? It's a telephonic 9:30 actually, but I'll call the person 9:25. But all the best. I've taken your details down. I will watch what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I have been around, so I'll watch you and I'll give you my review because I have been in the game for quite some time. So.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm all for learning and improving. Even the greatest singers still take vocal lessons. So, definitely.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Sharp.
Thank you so much.
All right. Ask Kono engage. I just need to dash again.
No problem.
All right. Thank you so much. Ne?
Sharp.
All right.
And that's a wrap, you guys. That's a wrap.
Okay, let me do this quickly. I need to
That was a good exercise. Damn, my first radio interview is actually crazy. It's actually insane. We're going somewhere with this content thingy. We're going somewhere. I mean, you know, if an institution as big as this can call me and say, come and give a few words, we have a few questions for you. That says a lot about me, doesn't it? So yeah, you guys just make sure you follow me on every social media platform. I offer booking. I have bookings. You can just DM me on any social media platforms, and yeah, that's a wrap. And me personally, I'm out of here. And hey, I'm gonna rest because I'm a bit exhausted. So,